Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Thursday, March 13th, 2025. Let's rock and roll and shake as well. Do a little shaking this morning. Okay, we've got gold up $14 to 2,948. Wow, what a run. And silver down 9 cents to 33.11. So 33.11 versus a futures price of 33.46. Only about a 35-cent differential between futures and spot price. Just so you know, the market typically moves on the future prices, and here we are well over support at 33. Going to take a crack probably at 34 in the futures market, just my opinion. GSR has come up just a little bit, well actually about 0.75%, up to 88.938. That's where we are after bouncing off a low of around 88. So now nearly 89, but I think this is probably going to flirt around in the high 80s for a while before we see our drop down to the low 80s. Again, only my opinion. Okay, the treasuries are up a little bit today, 0.016 to 4.332. I think that has to do with people coming out of bonds and going back into the stock market for what I think will be a dead cat bounce here in the stock market. The dollar also up 0.22% to 103.84, so a little stronger on the dollar, and that will often hurt metals a little bit anyway. Okay, in the economic calendar, today is Thursday. Now we had CPI yesterday, and that was benign and put a little bit of a tailwind behind the stock market, arrested the fall, at least for now. Today, we'll have PPI coming out in about 10 minutes, as well as initial jobless claims. Both of these will move the markets, and I suppose what we're hoping for, not what Americans are hoping for, but probably the stock market is hoping for more people out of work and a benign PPI. Of course, consumers wish for a benign PPI, but this could go in an opposite direction. You never know what PPI is going to do. So in about 10 minutes, these markets may change dramatically. In the pre-market, we are still in the extreme fear category at 20. That came off a little bit, but nonetheless, we're giving back some of yesterday's gains. Dow down 164, S&P futures down 28, NASDAQ futures down 131. And let's see if Bitcoin gives us a clue where the stock market is heading. Bitcoin is down 674 this morning to 83,029. Okay, before we get to the deals of the day, the question of the day. All right, well, I think it begs, silver moving up and gold moving up as well, pushing 3,000. And I think silver at some point here is going to garner a 34 handle as futures push 35 again. I think you'll see a 34 handle on silver if things keep rolling in this uptrend in the precious metals market. If you are going to be selling, and quite a few people said they'd consider selling, but nobody would sell in any large quantities, probably in the 34s. But if you are going to sell your silver or your gold near 3,000, okay, those are going to be resistance points for both silver and gold. Gold, 3,000, and silver, 34 and change. Where will you sell? Okay, not all your stack, but maybe some of your stack. Might be wise to lighten up a little bit on both silver and gold, or either one. Where will you sell? So your choices are your local coin shop. Okay, do you have some good ones that will pay you $1 back a spot for generic silver? Will you sell to a big online retailer? If so, who? Or will you sell peer-to-peer or some other way? So where, if you are selling when you get a 34 handle on silver and gold at about 3,000, where will you sell? That is the question. And if you're not going to sell, you don't need to answer this question, but where would you lighten up? It's really worth considering right now, and you may want to put aside that, really ugly gold, those old beat up, bars, nothing valuable, the spotted maples, all that stuff. You clean out the bottom of the trash can there and dump a little for some good money. Personally, I wouldn't sell any silver for less than $1 back a spot. And I know a couple places I can get that. If you want to do what's easy, the big dealers will not pay you very much for silver. I think they're something like, $3 back a spot on generic silver. So, and I would not sell my Eagles, okay? I would not sell my silver Eagles. But where would you sell? Local coin shop? Online or somewhere else. Okay, let's get on to the deals of the day. And I bet nobody's buying today with silver up in these lofty levels and gold as well, unless we can find a deal that just screams buy me. All right, let's go. 1 gram gold. These are varied condition. 104 at BGASC, and you can bet it'll be beat up if it's from BGASC. The 1 gram is a new customer deal, 95.24 at bullion.com if you haven't shopped there before. A 1/10 gold eagle is 327 at Summit Metals. A 1/10 gold maple is 318 at Hero Bullion, best price I can find anywhere. Quarter ounce gold eagle is 783 on bullion exchanges, but we'll try to beat that on eBay. A quarter ounce gold Krugerrand is 771 at bullion exchanges. $5 commemorative 0.24 ounce of gold, 722 at bullion exchanges. Half ounce gold eagle is 1,564 at bullion exchanges. Half ounce maple is 1,521 at Summit Metals. Half ounce Britannia 1,537 at Monument Metals. Half ounce Krugerrand 1,522 at Summit Metals. 1 ounce gold eagle 3,032 at bullion exchanges, but wait until you look at Costco. A buffalo is 3,053 at Summit Metals. A 1 ounce maple is 3,015 at Summit Metals. 1 ounce Britannia is 2,982 at bullion exchanges. Good price right there, and that is a BU or a proof. So those proof Britannias are so pretty. Very, very nice. A 1 ounce Krugerrand is 2,969 at bullion exchanges. I think I'd get that Britannia if I was shopping there today. Okay, let's move on to, I'm going to skip the Coronas, the Franks, and the Liras this morning. 1 ounce gold in assay, pretty pricey at $2,998. Don't buy that at Monument Metals. Beat up gold bars can be had for $20, $30, $40 more. Let's go on to a Platinum Eagle, 1,146. Gotta check the price of platinum. Oh, it sold off. It sold off. Well, he got pretty near that 1,000 mark. Looks like it's selling off today. But I don't know. I think this rally's got a little bit more legs to it. Let's keep going here. All right, a silver eagle can be had at bullion exchanges for $36.15, and that is only $3 over spot. Well, there you go. At least the bullion exchange's spot price. Not bad, 2 but 20, 36 even. They're moving their eagles this morning. Maybe they see a top coming. In a tube of 20 over at Walmart, 37 a coin, about 36 a coin out the door with that PayPal rebate credit card. Let's keep moving here. Want to draw your attention to this video, Ronald Reagan on tariffs. I'm not going to offer any commentary, but you may want to listen to the Gipper here, what he thought about tariffs. You can click that link in my website, bestsilvergolddeals.com. All totally free here. All right, BU random. Silver maple 35.42 at Summit Metals. You can get a kangaroo for $34.98 at bullion exchanges. A Britannia for $34.87. Bullion exchanges throwing up some moves this morning. A Krugerrand at 35.03. They don't want to be undercut. A Philharmonic is still over at bullion exchanges, 34.78. They're moving their foreign sovereign. Okay, a 1 ounce silver Libertad is now $40 at SD Bullion, and a 5 ounce is going to be $197 at bullion exchanges. That's a 2024. Skip the Star Privy Eagles. Costco's got a bunch of gold and 1 platinum bar. So the gold bar, $29.59, and that'll be way under spot if you buy that. I don't know. Oh, wait, it's out of stock. Let's see. We got to go to the Arger Heraeus bar here at 29.59. That's going to be well under spot if you pick that up. Pick up 5 if you want, if you have the money. Very nice deal on Costco. You got to use your executive club membership and a good rebate credit card to get those big savings. Gold Eagle 30.39, and that'd be a little over 2,900 out the door. No buffaloes this morning, and platinum is 1,059 this morning. Okay, minus your 4%. Let's keep going here. That was Costco. Junk in the trunk is going to be in the 25s. Ouch, SD bullion. And what is 25 times face? $35 melt. Compared to a spot price of 33. Look at that. Best price on junk, $2 premium. Didn't I tell you these premiums would come back? Now, you can get this much cheaper at the coin shops on YouTube, I recommend, but very increasing prices on junk, guys. Hold on to your junk and your Silver Eagles. You don't see it yet in the Silver Eagles, apparently, but the junk is moving, and nicer junk is not that much more. 20 rounds at spot is back at Bullion Exchanges, 666 for a tube right there for you new guys. A quantity of 20 buffaloes is, if you need more than that, $33.92 at Pinehurst Coins, not much up over spot. A 1 ounce bar, and it's a brand new bar. You can find a lot of beat up bars for $1 less, but here's a brand spanking new Asahi Dragon bar for $35.15 at Bullion Exchanges if you like bars over rounds. Kilos today are going to be 1,112. Wow, 1,112. Look at that price. PPI is coming out. Okay, let me get my bearings here. And let's get over to the spot price. We had gold was up $14 and silver was down 11 cents. PPI unchanged versus point 0.3. Wow, major decline in PPI. Holy moly, PPI down to 0 from a point 0.3 estimate. That is crazy. Is that going to move the markets? Let's check again. Lower inflation, lower interest rates, happy dance. Gold not moving and silver not moving. What is going on here? PPI should raise gold and silver. PPI ex food and energy has dropped. No, that was a bad screen. PPI 0.2 versus 0.3, below estimates. Okay, well, no disappointments here on the PPI. I'm going to keep going. Very interesting. Maybe good for metals, but you can't see it yet. Let's see. Gold down $2 from 14 down to 12, up 12. Silver down 11 cents. Stock futures are not changing. Actually going down? Interesting, that's not moving the markets. I guess PPI is not going to move the markets today. All that good news was baked in yesterday. Okay, over on eBay here, we'll try to beat all these prices. If you need a pocket pinger, there it is right there. Silver Eagles are going to be... skip the calls. It looks like 725. I think, is this a real deal? 75% positive feedback. No, that is not. 739 is smaller seller, good feedback. He'll take an offer on that. That's 37 a coin, and maybe you offer him $1 less. Maybe you get these for 35 or so out the door. That'd be a good deal on Silver Eagles if he'll take your best offer and save some money right there. A big lot of Silver Eagles is going to be Culls, 35.60, 34.60 out the door for Culls. About $2 over, not that great a deal. And here we got 5 rolls for $37.50, $36.50 out the door. Okay, the smaller lot was more interesting with the guy that will take the best offer. Let's do initial jobless claims. 220,000 versus 225. A little light on the jobless claims, so fewer people out of work than expected. So that is somewhat... that should raise rates a little bit. Probably not going to move the markets. I mean, it's that's very close to estimate. I'm going to go back to metals one more time and see if we got any changes in the market. Gold is still up $12 and silver now down 13 cents. So yeah, still digesting part of that move yesterday. Let's do the gauntlet on silver maples. Silver maples as cheap as 885. It's going to be the same as yesterday, right? Silver Britannia is 879. Silver kangaroos are 904. Silver Krugerrands are 918. So let's go back to that 885 maple. What's wrong with that deal? Okay, 885 or best offer, and that is a zero feedback seller. We don't want that. 885 is a good seller, good feedback. $15 shipping puts you at 900. 900 on a maple. Let's go back to my cheat sheet. Would put you after 3% credit card rebates, PayPal credit card or American Express, Clear Blue Cash, checkout through PayPal, $34.92 out the door for those maples if you want to give that a try. Okay, and we can't leave without doing the Philharmonics. Philharmonics are 710. Is that any good? Smaller seller, good feedback, free shipping. Philharmonics, 35.50 a coin, 34.50 out the door. So that'll beat the dealer prices right there with a 3% rebate credit card. Let's move on to the gold. Hey, okay. Oh, I didn't do junk. Let's do junk. And junk is $10 face, junk, $5, $5, $10, 24 times face, damaged and worn. I don't know. They don't look too bad. That's kind of in between. Yeah, they're beat up. But anyway, 24 times face, and they are $10. Damaged and worn. He's getting rid of. He's doing what I'm talking about here. He's getting rid of the stuff he doesn't like, but not too bad. I wouldn't call those full dates. I would call those partial dates. I don't know. Maybe throw that in the tumbler and see it'll come out shiny. Anyway, 24 times face, and then you're going to take 75 cents off. You beat about 23.25 times face. That'll beat all those dealers by a mile, but that's a little iffy on that junk. Let's do a large lot of junk and get to the full, let's see, past the no dates. And here is good seller, good feedback. Just $24.79 with shipping $24.88. $24.88 would be pretty close to 24 times face. 24 times face, not bad, beats the dealer by $1. So that's a pretty good deal for a big bag of junk. And if you can get that close to spot, I'd get all you can if you're buying today. I'm going to skip the Morgans and the Peace Dollars. The vintage bar of the day is a semi-vintage bar. Okay, so I was buying these 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago. I imagine they still make them. But this is a Prospector Gold and Gems, and it's just a nice poured silver bar. I'm not sure it's worth $3.85, but semi-vintage, there are some bars that are poured the old school way that actually gain premium over time, but they're not vintage. They're not really old vintage like the 60s. They're not vintage from the 70s and 80s. They're like modern vintage. Okay, so just a little warning on that. He's beat this up so it looks old, but it's not old. It's less than 10 years old. But anyway, some of these bars, if you can get these at the LCS, carry a little premium. All right, a big old kilo kook if you want that this morning, $11.40 on eBay. That is a BU kook, $11.10 out the door. That would be the same as that price the dealer's asking for the big kilo bar. So there you go. It's a 2009 to boot. Ooh, very nice. That's not bad if you like collectible kilos in your stack for the same price as a kilo bar. I can't beat that. Okay, 1 ounce silver rounds, $34.84, $33.84 out the door. Roll of 20 is going to be too cheap. Silvertown bars, this is in stock, $15 shipping, $6.95. That's interesting. They've got the Platinum Eagle design there on these Silvertown bars. Silvertown is really shitty silver, but you won't care. It'll still, you can buy it, you can sell it, but I don't like to melt it. They have a refinery there, and they're pretty lax, I think, with their standards. Anyway, $6.95 would put you at $34.75, $33.75 out the door if you like those rounds from Silvertown. And there's some other deal there as well if you like. How about a big old 100-ounce bar? 100-ounce bar is going for, that is not what we want there. This is 100-ounce ports, 34.50, 33.50 out the door, about 50 cents over spot on that random deal. All the links are on my website. And I'm not sure what I did with the kilos. Cheapest kilo here is going to be 11.32, about 1100 out the door. Check the links on the website if you like that. Let's get on to the gold. Cheapest quarter ounce gold this morning. Let's see if we can keep finding good deals on gold. I don't think this commemorative is a quarter ounce. Okay, we got a panda for 788. If you don't mind quarter ounce pandas and you want to verify that, of course they're heavily counterfeited. 787 and then take 20 bucks off, 767 out the door for that panda. Let's keep going here. Quarter ounce gold eagle, if you're buying that today, 799 was good seller, good feedback, about 806, and then minus 25 bucks puts you 775 or 780 on a quarter ounce gold eagle this morning. Half ounce random gold. How cheap can we get it? And looking for something that looks pretty good here. Nothing really terrible. Half ounce guinea, no, we don't want that. Money Metals Exchange, half ounce gold round. Okay, that is in stock. That is good. 707 feedback, 98.3 positive. Looks like it's been beat to hell. So 1,500 for a half ounce gold, and then $45 off would put you at 14.55 out the door. That would be, I think, under melt on this beat up gold coin. Somebody dropped it or put a pair of pliers on it or something. Now, if you send that, first you want to verify that with your precious metals verifier or your ping tester. It may not actually ping even with a dented rim like that, or your CCT slide. But you send that to Vermilion, he'll pay you 98 per spot. 98% a spot, even for something like that. Okay, you may not like that. Let's get past Peruvian gold. I have no idea what that is. Here's a half ounce gold coin, 1,500 best offer, zero feedback seller. He's trying to scam you. Let's get on to a Krugerrand, 1521. So that'll be in stock. $45 off would put you at 14.75. 14.75 for a half ounce Krugerrand. Let's check the big dealers. 14.75 versus a dealer price of 15.24. You're going to save 50 bucks on a half ounce Krugerrand. Let me get back to eBay here so I don't get lost. We got to check that listing one more time. One more time here, and here it is. Okay, this is a half ounce gold coin. Oh, that looks fake. Oh, that's a fake gold eagle. Oh, I don't like that at all. That looks like a fake to me, guys. Sorry to bring that to you. Here is half ounce gold eagle, 1530. This is out of stock. We got to get up to a real deal. Ugly head coin, okay, 1500. That is good seller, good feedback, free shipping. $34 shipping? I'm not sure what he's going to charge you for shipping on that, so you'll have to negotiate that with that pawn shop. But there's a half ounce gold coin, not a commemorative. This is the half ounce gold American Art Series. And to verify that, Unity, God, where is the, don't they mark these? Actually does not seem to indicate that it's half ounce gold. Maybe down here? Unity Gods. Okay, I'm not seeing the marking on that, but it's a good seller, and 45 off. It puts you at about 14.45 on random gold here. That's a question mark. I don't know if you want to go for that or ask them some questions. You can check the official, just do a Google on a 1980 Marian Anderson half ounce gold coin. Gold round? That's a round. Who the heck makes this? American Arts? I just don't know anything about that. Is that made by the U.S. Mint? Is that a medal from the U.S. Mint? I don't know. That's worth checking out if you want to really dig deep on that one. Let's check out a gold buffalo. What are they selling those for? 3,100. New listing 403 on the number of feedbacks, 100% positive. And somebody. Well, they have those ripples in the fields. Looks like he's showing you where he bought it. Okay, I'll bite. I'll bite on that one. Oh, he's got a bunch of them. Holy mackerel, 3,100, 90 bucks off would put you at about 3010 on that, which would be below the dealer's price by 30 bucks or so. So, and he's got a bunch of them. Might be a pawn shop. I'm not sure. Check that out if you want to get a buffalo under market price. Costco would be the better deal on that. It'd be close to spot over at Costco. But at 30.10, you would be, where's gold at right now? You would be at $60 over spot if you don't like that Costco deal. Okay, how about a Krugerrand? Krugerrand can be had for $29.99. That is good seller, fair feedback. Krugerrand, that's been somebody's, looks like a pocket piece or something, or just a bad photo. Anyway, $29.90, 90 bucks off. It puts you at $29.10. That'd be under spot on that Krugerrand there. I don't like that picture, but I don't know. Could be okay. Let's keep going here. A $5 commemorative is going to be, why is this so cheap? Is it out of stock? $10 shipping. It is a good seller, fair feedback. So he's picked up a $5 commemorative here, 0.24 ounce of gold. I'll let you do the math on that. That'd be about 700 out the door or less. But that's not a quarter ounce of gold. Let's see. Versus 750. Why is this one so cheap? Let's do the math on 719. 719 divided by 0.24. The first price would be $29.95 times 0.97 with those credit cards we like. That would be $29.05. That'd be under melt on this, and he will even take a best offer. Okay, I'm gonna say Pack Rats of Delta is dumping his beat up commemorative here under spot if you make him an offer and he takes it. Just saying here, you could do that. Hold on one second. Okay, let's start landing this plane. Here we go. And there's stuff in my eBay store you may like. Ask me for a friend discount. One of the bars I pour right here to channel members. Get those at $250 over spot. We've got Star Privy Eagles, Precious Metal Verifiers, Food Savers, and other things that you may like. Ways to refine your bars. The Amex card is the bomb. $250 cash back when you spend, I don't know, just buy one piece of gold and you'll hit that. You'll get $250 cash back. Savings on the Amex card cap out at about $6,000. PayPal savings 3% are unlimited. Spend $1 million on precious metals and get that 3% every time. Depending on your credit limit, of course. The Capital One Quicksilver card is a great card. You really want to pick that up. 1.5% cash back there, plus kicker deals. Picks of the day, I'm going to skippy. And let's just go on to the coin shops on YouTube. I recommend Coinhuskers having great deals. Minot having great deals. Vermilion having great deals. Vermilion will only ship FedEx anymore to a FedEx hub. That doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I actually kind of prefer that because when they leave it at the front doorstep. He actually shipped me something priority mail recently, and sure enough, they left it in the mailbox on the curb. So I kind of like that. Doesn't bother me at all, unless your FedEx hub is 100 miles from where you live. I'm not sure what Minot and Coinhuskers are doing, but they're having great sales if you are buying. Thank you for supporting my work any way you want through subscriptions to Bolden.com, cups of coffee, which I really appreciate, or joining my membership membership channel of the Stacker families at $4.99 a month. Thank you very much for all your support. And some things on Amazon you probably got to get. All right, here's those kicker deals for the Capital One card, which work all the time, except they don't work in the coins category on eBay. At least 9 times out of 10 they don't work. If they do, then you got a super smoking deal. Okay, and you don't want to know what they pay for gold and silver at the big dealers, so if you're selling, I sure hope it's not there. Their prices on gold are a little better. Now, the prices on gold are not awful. Their prices on silver are just horrific. So you got to find another place to sell if you're doing that. Okay, over in the chat room, always stuff going on there. Link at the top of my website. And people often find deals here that are, good one-off deals. And if you see a link in here, click it really fast and see what they have sussed out. And sometimes they want things that I don't necessarily cover, but I don't see any links this morning, just some things people have bought recently from Pure Precious Metals. What a pain in the butt to get an account with Pure Precious Metals. I got the account, but then I just got bored with the whole thing. I don't know if you want to sell there or buy there or not, but some people are getting some deals over on Pure. Okay, that's all I'll say about that. I don't know. I'm not impressed with it. Okay, and okay, I guess I got to wrap it up here. And let's take one more look at spot price, see if this market's going to move this morning on that lighter PPI. And I guess I lost my internet. So I'm going to call it quits here. Better quit while you're ahead. And thank you very much for watching. And thumbs up if you don't mind. Less than 1 in 10 people are giving me a thumbs up for all the work I do. Thank you so much for doing that. If you do, subscribe if you want to see more. Get over to the website and subscribe there. That's all totally free as well. Thank you, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Good luck out there today.